talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Here comes Reed. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. That's going to be caught downfield by Reed. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jaden Reed with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Packers have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Throwing is Wilson. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter. Looking deep here for Dobbs. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Dobbs, 50 yards. And the Packers get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. The Packer offense and Jordan Love staying out there, so they're going to try to go for 2. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The football going back over to Arizona now. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Wilson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. James Harrison getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's Wilson to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. Finding space at the 40. Big strides, look at him go. Then he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Wilson. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Wilson. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's Wilson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. George Kittle, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 5 plays there on that drive. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Throwing. Love. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Or a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I want to be able to see him.
Here's 2nd and 10.
All right, circle.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And Watson has it right side. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. 4 receivers on the field. It's 3rd and 4. Love looking to throw it. That is caught, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 21 yards away. And the Packers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
The return is Reed. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But this is caught at the 20. And he gets this down deep inside of Arizona's 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Ready, set.
Love with a give to Dillon. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed.
Okay, ready?
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Set, ready.
They run once more with Dillon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Dillon up the middle. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Dillon.
Oh, no.
Will score. Touchdown, Packers. So a great second effort there as he's able to stay upright and get into the end zone.
I think not just a second effort. I think a third effort was what got him in. Maybe possibly even a fourth.
Yeah, whatever it was, he was not going to be denied. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better.